being here. We're excited about playing in the Shula Bowl, and it's interesting how many kids in our ages don't remember Coach Shula as much. And so I've explained to them how the 72 team and all the different things, and it's just, I guess I'm older now, right? But it's a great honor to play and honor Coach Shula and do that, and what he meant to South Florida football, correct? And what he meant to the country in football. So pretty amazing. So our kids are excited about playing in the game and going from there. So I'll take any questions at this time.
You guys have a bit of a losing streak against them, I think 6 in a row.
Mm-hmm.
And been a while since you won up their place. Do you see this as a big opportunity to end those streaks?
Yeah, they have had their way with us, and I know when we played them here 2 years ago, they had their way with us, and so they've pretty much dominated it. And for a rivalry to be a rivalry, we need to play better and see what we can do. So we're working hard to do that. But they're a very athletic, very tough football team, and they played two good teams so far. That, I mean, Army's got the third longest winning streak in America right now, and of course going to play at Michigan State is always a tough thing, and they had great chances to win that game for sure. Watching it on film, they were right there, 1 or 2 plays, and they win that football game. So it's going to be a tough contest for us.
Talk a little bit about Cam Fancher, their quarterback. He's off to a little bit of a rough start.
Mm-hmm. Extremely athletic, can make all the throws. He's just inches away from making a couple huge plays. There was one play in the Michigan State game where they ran a quarterback counter, and he's going to break it, and a guy barely gets his foot. Or I think he's out the house for 60 or 70, and they win the game. It was a heck of a play by number 27 from Michigan State. So he's really can do a lot of different things. You have to worry about his legs. You have to worry about his arm. You have to worry about him getting outside the pocket. He puts a lot of pressure on a defense.
How much of an emphasis have you guys put on maybe stopping him specifically? Being the dual threat.
Yeah, we're working. They've got speed all over their offense. So. We're working every way we can to stop all facets of it, but he's a big facet of how we'll be able to, try to keep him in the pocket the best we can. Nobody's really been able to do that, so you've got to just be able to try to keep him in the pocket, so to speak, and not let him run as much. But he makes plays, so when he gets out, you got to run him down. That's what we got to do.
Who plays scout QB to emulate him?
Well, we've had Clayton Dees play him. Clayton's more athletic than you think. He really is athletic, and he was a heck of a baseball player. So Clayton's been moving around, doing some different things there to try to emulate him. And then so Clayton ran around a lot in high school too, so he gets it.
We see that trophy case over there. I don't think that was there last year, the year prior. What message do you want to send to your team when you show them the empty trophy case?
Yeah, we when I was at Colorado, we played Colorado State every year for a trophy like this, and we had a trophy case for it. And there wasn't a trophy case here. I guess we didn't need one for a long time. So I'm hoping that hopefully we can put a trophy in there one day, and that's our goal. So I did the same thing at Colorado when I was there. So that's something I'm pretty sure they got a place to put theirs because they've had it a while. So we need to have a place to put one if we have an opportunity to put it in there.
Talk about FIU winning COSA Offensive Player of the Week. Just how much that was.
Yeah, it was great. He made plays with his arm. He made plays with his legs. He made plays with his mind. He did an excellent job for us in the game. And the cool thing about Q1 is he said he's still got a lot of things to improve on, and that's what you want to hear because you're either getting better or you're getting worse. Nothing stays the same. And I was really happy for him, and he's doing some really good things for us, and he'll keep doing that.
If you could talk a little bit about Coach Herman, just you've never faced him before.
I haven't ever faced Coach Herman before. I know a lot about him. I know he did a phenomenal job at Houston, and then he was at Texas, did a good job there. And I think he cut his teeth, I believe, under Urban Meyer a lot of the time. Is that correct? I believe that's correct. So I think when he was at Ohio State there. And so he's done a lot of different things. And I've seen him out on the recruiting trail. We're bumping into him at high schools and stuff. He's a really good guy. And he knows how to coach football. He's been successful a lot of places.
That was defensively the struggle last year, last game against Army. Just what are you noticing from their defense and
Yeah.
stand out?
Well, Army's a whole different creature. You know, they're running the option, and the Army's quarterback, it was a excellent player and was able to do some things. And you know, I was interested. I've gone against Army and Navy and all those schools quite a few times in different option schemes, and Army pulled out a few new things that I hadn't really seen before that kind of got their defense a little bit off balance, and then the coaches for FAU did a great job of correcting that, and then if they get ahead and they just keep that football, it's hard to catch up, and that's kind of what happened. There was one or two plays early, and then they just kind of grounded it out, and they kept fighting and going. When you play Army, it's an Army and Navy and those guys and Air Force. It's a whole different game. You kind of just, matter of fact, if you're on other teams, offensively you don't even use it, you know. And so it's kind of an animal in itself. And I thought they played really hard. Army just made a few plays, and their quarterback made a couple really nice runs.
Anything else, guys?
Any other questions?
Thank you very much.
AJ, you have anything?
Talk to you tomorrow.
Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thank you.
That catch made it in the end zone.
Oh yeah, man. You know, I'm just so blessed and so fortunate that Coach Yost, you know, he gave me the opportunity. Keywan gave me the opportunity to be able to go out and make a play, man. And that's something that I feel like I pride myself on. That's something that I continuously work. I try to work all those crazy catches out here in practice, out on the jug machine, just because I know it's going to be able to translate the game to the game, and that's exactly what had happened. So.
Beat, I want to say you were on that team in 2021. That was the last ever. But what do you remember? I know it was under a different head coach and a different staff, but just having the opportunity to go back there and potentially win it.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, that was my freshman year, man. With a great group of guys, great group of receivers. That game, obviously it didn't go our way, it didn't fall away, and that's something that, you know, kind of coming to FIU, learning about FAU, and, you know, kind of like developing that, you know, that rivalry. That's a get back game for us, and that's something that we obviously we pride ourselves on, kind of going on through the week. That this is something that this is a must-win game for us. So that's pretty much it. Ain't really too much to say about it.
Going back to the crazy catches, I forget the name of the receiver, but I was watching Monday Night Football last night, and there's an NFL receiver who practices, I guess his backyard, he has a big backyard, and the jug's gone through the trees, like a space in between the trees. So he runs around, sets the jug's gone, and he catches it in the partition between the tree trunks. So you said you practice crazy catches. How do you do that?
Oh, I mean, you know, being out there with not Xavier Burris, you know, we try to work them uncomfortable catches. So when in the game, it's not uncomfortable. Like, you know, we try to work being in that uncomfortable stage, so it becomes comfortable, it becomes natural to us, and we can say, okay, I've been here before. I've been in this spot where the ball's coming this way, and I got a defender here, and I gotta move, I gotta jump up, you know, turn and basically like just come down and make a play, and that's something that me and Nana really took pride on going through the spring and throughout the summer and obviously now still. So.
Keywan was mentioning that he doesn't feel like this is a rivalry. I mean, do you think he has a point when it comes to maybe him not playing that team before? You know, maybe different case for guys like you and Flex who have maybe faced this team and know a little bit more about the rivalry.
Keywan said that this doesn't feel like a rivalry. I mean, well, honestly, the way I see his point, I feel like you got to kind of approach this as another game, because I feel like if you try to blow it up, you know, emotions get high and people tend to lose their cool in a game like this, especially in the atmosphere of a rivalry game. Then it kind of knocks you off your game a little bit. So you got to be able to kind of approach this. You know, obviously it is a rivalry game, like point blank and simple. But you got to be able to, you know, kind of go in and be like, okay, I'm gonna approach this the same way I approach every other game. Play your game, and yeah, I mean that's pretty much it.
I mean, you guys are gonna have that trophy case there a couple of years ago. How much motivation does that give?
Oh, I mean, we all walk by it every morning, you know, coming into team meetings, and we hate to see it. I mean, an empty trophy case, like it's like what's the point of having it if it's empty? So I mean, that's definitely a goal of ours to be able to fill that trophy case, be able to put something in there and say that we went and did that, we went and earned that. So for sure.
What have you noticed about the FIU defense? Just maybe some guys that kind of stand out to you.
Oh, I mean, they got a really athletic box. They got a really athletic secondary. I remember number 11 at FAU. He's big, strong DB. Number 6, they safeties, very athletic guys, very fast, quick, twitchy too as well. I mean, it's going to be a game where it's going to be like mano y mano. Like we're going to have to play our best game, just like how they're going to have to play our best game, and I believe it's going to be a very good matchup for us.
Anything else, guys?
Appreciate you.